You don't need to worry about me going after Diddy or chasing some kind of revenge. In this story, I've got 3 moves lined up that make sure he could never come near me or my family again. First, I reached out to the legal teams connected to the alleged victims. From what I understand, the real reason he's not walking free anytime soon is because there are still cases and investigations quietly moving in the background. I helped fund support for several people who said they'd been silent for years, and I connected them with some of the strongest attorneys in the country. Second, I went after every business opportunity he supposedly had waiting for him after release. I planned this long before the sentence dropped, and by the time he thought he still had a way out, most partners had already stepped back from him. Third, I'm not just holding information, I've got backups and layers. In this narrative, it's like a minefield that's been buried for decades. I spent years digging through old stories, testimonies, and interviews from people who claimed they were pressured, threatened, or used. Some people say it sounds harsh, but destroying lives for decades is harsher. I'm not scared of his team, the rumors, or the noise. Maybe he's still imagining a comeback, but from where I'm standing, that door looks permanently closed.
Is this real life? I feel crazy. The world is spinning around me. What's happening? You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers. Ah!
For years, the industry treated all of this like background noise, clips brushed aside, awkward moments written off, and questions that nobody ever seemed willing to follow up on. But now, with 50 Cent dropping a new documentary, people are going back over the timeline, and things that once sounded like rumors are being dragged back into the spotlight. That at the center of the conversation sits Diddy, a figure whose influence shaped entire careers, and Justin Bieber, who entered that world incredibly young. This isn't just about old footage or internet speculation. It's about power, silence, and how long certain stories can stay buried when too many people gain something by not asking questions.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, go get the front shot of this.
Man.
And out. Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15, you could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
Alright, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Then, when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion. Yeah. So where are we off to now?
And where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go get some girls.
Man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about,
Justin Bieber's rise was presented like a modern-day fairy tale, but underneath the success was an unsettling reality. A teenager moving through adult power systems with almost no visible protection around him. In old interviews and archival clips, you can see moments where he's placed in spaces where access, celebrity, and influence seemed to matter more than age-appropriate boundaries. For years, That footage floated around quietly, treated like quirky celebrity behavior, not examined as a potential structural problem. The concern isn't pinned to one incident, but to a pattern, a culture that's slowly normalized what should have raised alarms. It raises a larger question about the industry itself. When childhood is traded for opportunity, when looking away becomes routine, who carries the responsibility for the damage left behind?
You got people in the industry that's been saying for years, this man is having sex with underage. So now the federal government is looking at that like, yo, when is somebody gonna come forward? We got this information, this alleged information, but nobody's willing to come forward. Then they go on and say, yo, Shakur Stewart mysteriously dead. Supposed to be a self-inflicted wound. Person that had everything going for them in their life. Kim Porter dead. Somebody's car gets blown up. This guy is walking around threatening other actors, people. Somebody got to get involved in it. If it ain't the state, let it be the feds. Somebody got to stop him. He lucky that God giving him the opportunity to be stopped while he's alive, then have to go to hell and face that shit. He got a chance to repent now, change his life.
You mentioned minors, you know, and a lot of people have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of like suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and you know, they're making a lot of
50 Cent has often positioned himself as someone on the outside of Sean Diddy Combs' private world, close enough to notice things, but not involved in them. For years, his comments were brushed off as competition, rivalry, or just another celebrity feud. But now, with legal attention and cultural re-evaluation shifting the landscape, those old statements are being viewed through a different lens. That doesn't mean every accusation becomes fact, but it does change how intent is understood. Sometimes warnings exist long before the evidence is visible, and that's the uncomfortable part. When criticism comes from a rival, it's easier for people to ignore it. So the question becomes, how many early warnings were dismissed not because they were wrong, but because the person sounding the alarm wasn't the person anyone wanted? Diddy's reach wasn't limited to music, it operated across industries. He was seen as a gatekeeper, someone who could open doors that fast-tracked a career or quietly shut them just as fast. Justin Bieber's closeness to that orbit reflected an industry mindset where opportunity moved through power brokers instead of clear, transparent systems. In that world, advancement didn't always come from merit alone, but from who had access to the rooms where decisions were made.
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also.
Got me a Lamborghini. And
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house. And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Well, apparently not. Something, everything ain't.
And the tape is white.
If he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right, not at all. and somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger, you know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know, bro.
Right. But when you heard the news that Diddy, he had a tape with another man, did that catch you by surprise or no?
Well, all this shit is by surprise to me. A lot of this shit is by surprise to me, to be totally honest, man. Because I knew Puff, I knew Puff Daddy.
The concern raised by many observers isn't just about what may have happened behind closed doors, it's about why no public oversight seemed to exist in a system where career growth depended on proximity to power. In environments like that, boundaries don't disappear all at once. They erode slowly, becoming negotiable the closer you are to authority. And that leads to the difficult questions. Who actually had the position to push back? Who was allowed to say no? And what happened to the people who tried? In a structure built on access, refusing the wrong opportunity can come with consequences.
I knew Diddy before he was Love and Brother Love and back to Diddy. So, no, but the diddler, he's the diddler now. A lot of it's surprising, but it's not unheard of. Because you hear of all kinds of shit, and whether it registered with you or you internalize it or something like that, that's a whole nother story. But a lot of this stuff is crazy. But this is the world that we live in now, man. That these individuals thinks is all right. Bruh, when does it comes all right to be sitting there eating food off a naked woman? When did we start doing what they do? Let's keep it a buck. When did we start doing what they do? These guys is popping pills. They got Jay-Z dancing with a chick that's into cannibal.
Long before Justin Bieber stepped into the spotlight, Usher publicly spoke about entering Diddy's world as a teenager, an environment he later suggested exposed him to adult situations earlier than he was ready for. That history matters because it creates context. It establishes a pattern that people point to as precedent rather than mere rumor. And when similar paths seem to repeat across generations, coincidence becomes harder to accept. The implication shifts towards structural continuity, a system where trust is handed down without meaningful reform, so the question lingers. If discomfort was acknowledged once, why was the framework allowed to remain in place for the next young artist who walked through the same door?
Might make you change your mind. Look at Lil Nas X. He fizzled out fast too.
So would you say someone like Justin Bieber is a victim? I just seen he is reportedly selling his whole catalog because he's broke.
Yeah. Yeah. And once he finishes getting that money, I don't understand why he's broke. He didn't have to be broke. Usher just wouldn't stop robbing him.
Damn.
I mean, Usher couldn't keep his hands out of his pocket. It's funny. He got him signed and turned over custody to Diddy. Boy was never the same, and neither was Usher's pockets, because Usher's been living off of Justin Bieber's money. He ain't been living off of his own. Because the truth is, Usher don't really make that kind of money. And I'm really just kind of sick and tired of Usher.
Yeah,
I'm really kind of disgusted with Usher Raymond, who does Greek wrestling nude with men over Frosted Flakes, allegedly. Like, I'm sick and tired of this guy who everyone knows got the Diddy bumps, who's been sued for passing them on and lost, is still sitting there disgracing women in front of their men who bought the tickets to like that whole scheme.
He's causing a lot of divorce courts.
But why? He don't even want them. He don't want them women. He's literally doing it just to destroy relationships.
As scrutiny around Diddy grew, many celebrities who had been close to him in the past chose to remain silent, while 50 Cent made his commentary more public. That contrast highlights an unspoken industry rule. Speaking can put relationships at risk, while silence protects them. In this dynamic, loyalty often becomes inseparable from self-preservation. It's less about fear and more about calculation, a system where truth constantly competes with survival. And it raises a difficult question. When silence becomes the safest path, can accountability truly find a place?
I watched a video of an interview of Justin Bieber, and he was talking about Billie Eilish. And he was like, he was almost in tears. He's like, I just want to protect her. I just want to keep her safe.
Yeah.
What do you think he went through?
Because he knows what's been happening to Billie. Just like everybody knew what was happening to Millie Bobby Brown girl with Drake. These people are monsters.
Jermaine Dupri said something interesting. He said the reason that R&B isn't as powerful as it is anymore is because children are going to church.
Yeah.
What is it about the transfer from the spiritual to the secular do you believe that's what made R&B so powerful?
Understand this. Rhythm and blues was a combination of gospel and soul music. Because soul music has always been around in one form or another. It's just evolved throughout the years. And you got gospel, rhythm and blues. That's what put that together. That's why they made such a big stink about the Ray Charles incorporating gospel sounds into secular music. Because they wanted people to separate the two. This is demon, this is good. The truth is none of that's real. There is no bad, there is no good. There is what is and there is what is not. And that's sad. But when you take the spirit that comes from that.
Justin Bieber has never publicly accused Diddy of any criminal wrongdoing. But his later reflections on anxiety, feelings of losing control, and emotional struggles add complexity to the story. He has spoken about being overwhelmed at a young age, navigating a world of adults with competing interests, and lacking the resources or guidance to protect himself. These insights don't assign blame, but they highlight how early fame can intersect with adult pressures, creating a challenging environment for any young artist.
Just testified against Diddy to the grand jury and had to give up 8 videotapes to the feds that contained celebrities in these freak-offs with Diddy, is now listing some of the names that he saw on these tapes. And this man said that he got these tapes from a very close friend of Kim Porter's, and these were Kim Porter's tapes that she was going to use against Diddy. And some of the names that he says are some that we have heard rumored over the years. He said he saw Justin Bieber on this tape and he appeared to be underage during this time. He also saw Usher on these tapes and Usher definitely appeared to be underage. And this one gave me the chills because we've heard that Usher is the one that sent Justin Bieber to Diddy. Courtney Burgess sat down with the Too Strong channel here on YouTube and started naming some of the celebrities that he saw on these tapes.
Were kids involved in these parties that you can verify from looking at the tapes?
If Justin Bieber was older than he's supposed to have been, yes. If Usher was older, well, Usher was definitely young.
Okay.
You understand? His shoulder part with his, the blood was all in his bed. You understand? It looked like they came home from a event, a party or something.
Went on to explain how Danny Boy was also in one of these videos with Mary J. Blige and Diddy together. And Danny Boy admitted when he was 15 that Mary J. Blige flew him out to New York and he slept with her while he was underage.
The point here isn't legal. It's human. Trauma doesn't always come labeled with an allegation. Sometimes it emerges years later as a form of damage that has no clear name. And if harm is embedded within a system, why do we insist on waiting for a single accusation before we acknowledge it? This isn't about proving wrongdoing. It's about recognizing the long-term effects on those caught in the machinery of power.
Mary J, Danny Boy, okay.
You know what Danny Boy is?
I heard that before. I don't, I've been so far away from hip hop, I forgot, but I have heard that name, Danny Boy.
Danny Boy, back then, he looked like he was about 16. They both was about.
He also claimed that Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son, were in these videos, and he also said that there was photographs and videos of Diddy eating off of young girls.
Pictures or images of any of this stuff?
Yeah, I got Justin Bieber, Will Smith's son, whatever his name is. Other females on the table, they was young. He was eating off them. A lot of entertainments in there. I got calls from certain of them wanting to get the tape out of my hand. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
And I have said that if this man testified to the grand jury, the feds had to have some reason to bring him in to actually testify against Diddy. But y'all let me know what you guys think about this man naming all of the people on the Diddy tapes in the comments.
When Diddy's story reached federal court, the discussion shifted from rumor to documented legal process. Charges, verdicts, and appeals set clear boundaries on what could be responsibly claimed, while also highlighting areas for institutional examination. Courts deal with actions, not culture, leaving many larger questions unresolved. The takeaway is sobering. Legality does not automatically equate to morality, and legal outcomes cannot erase structural or systemic issues. When a courtroom case is closed, it doesn't necessarily close the conversation about the forces and patterns that allowed it to happen in the first place.
Do you think he has a mole or an informant in his camp that's cooperating?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Listen, bro. Just doing law enforcement myself, just take for instance. I think the individual was a Syracuse former basketball player named Jason Barnes or Beard or something like that. He already had drug charges against him. The day Diddy house get raided, they catch him getting on a plane and they put him into custody. Didn't that sound a little weird? People didn't catch that. They either put him in custody for a couple of reasons. You understand? One, to make a witness out of him, or to safeguard him and protect him for anything that could happen to him, because they had already stated, allegedly, that he was some kind of mule for the people over there at Diddy's house. So now, with that information, that he was already known by the government for drug charges, wouldn't that be an individual that you use? I'm gonna give you something different. And I'm gonna give you something else that people don't even think. On the other day, I seen on the video that Puff had ran into Justin Bieber. They met up, and he started tapping him as if he was searching him, and see if he had some kind of device on. Did you see that?
Yep.
Check this out. What if the federal government have already talked to Justin Bieber? And Diddy did that on tape. That means in his mind, he think this person may be a witness, right?
The intersection of 50 Cent, Diddy and Justin Bieber highlights a broader reality about the workings of celebrity systems. Power tends to accumulate at the top, risks are passed downward, and accountability often comes last. Youth is marketed as authenticity, access is framed as mentorship, and silence is rewarded as professionalism. This isn't a story of certainty or clear-cut answers. It's a story of recurring conditions. And when the same patterns continue to produce harm, at what point does the system itself become the focus of scrutiny and investigation?